What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. We're focusing on the New Jersey Devils and New York Rangers doing something that's never happened before, making a trade. You look at how the history of that rivalry, obviously, the Battle of the Hudson River, yada yada yada, and the deal went down at the pre-deadline as Michael Grabner took his talents from Manhattan to Newark. And is headed to the New Jersey Devils. I mean, 25 goals on the year, 6 assists. Obviously, the guy's a shooter. But I just think it's funny, how much his offense has come alive since arriving in New York. He's a 52 goals over the last 2 years, 50 of them at even strength. So, New Jersey gets a guy that can help him 5-on-5. A really great penalty killer. The knock on him for a while, with the Canucks and with Florida, he got caught by the Panthers outright, and to a certain degree with the Islanders outside of that, 134, 35 goal season, was, for all of his speed, he couldn't bury and capitalize on, the amount of chances he was getting, and he's done that over the last 2 years in New York, and I think the Devils are going to be really glad to have a guy like this. Gives you some speed on the wing, definitely help you, again, kill penalties and, help you 5-on-5, and I like the return. A second-round pick in Igor Rykov to the Rangers. Rykov's a 6'2" Russian defenseman, having a pretty good run for in the KHL. Had a pretty good run at the World Juniors last year. And again, for the Rangers organization, you've been so devoid of high-end blue chip prospects over the last few years that is Rykov to be mistaken for Brian Leetch? No, but there's a pretty good chance he plays in the NHL. He comes over. And again, another second-round pick. I mean, you think about it with the Rangers between 2012. In 2017, the 12, 13, 14, and 16 drafts, they had no first-round picks. So as the rebuild is starting to kick off, you got to start stockpiling these picks, and you get a 2 back for Grabner, you get a prospect back for Grabner. So, I mean, you look at what you got from the Bruins for Holden. You got a 3rd-round pick, and Guy O'Gara that maybe gives you something, maybe doesn't, but you've got legitimate assets. You've got equity right now. You can really begin to infuse some youth in the organization over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and that's what the goal for Gorton in New York is. And again, I like this deal for both sides. The Devils address an area of need. Again, you get some speed, you get an adept penalty killer, a great 5-on-5 scorer, and the Rangers, again, you're adding assets to what should be I'm not gonna say a long rebuild, but when you go all in every year and you eventually whatever equity you have, you lose. You keep doubling down for, what's it been, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You're eventually going to need to start from scratch, restart the foundation. And, Rangers are doing that. They've obviously been very transparent in their attempts to rebuild and their attempts to rebuild. Pretty much telling the fans straight out, look, I expect us to suck for a little bit, but we're going to get some young, fast, and exciting players in the lineup. And that's what they're doing. So, Holden's gone, Grabner's gone. The 2 big chips left for the Rangers right now, obviously, are McDonough and Rick Nash. I am intrigued by what they'll get back for Nash. McDonough's, if they trade him, is going to fetch a pretty high reward because not only is he a hell of a player, he's on a contract for next year as well, and a very good cap hit, I might add. Nash is an expiring player that, at this point, I think is a complimentary piece. He's a bigger name than he is anything else right now. And again, he's had a good run the last 4 or 5 weeks for the Rangers, but you're not giving up, if you're a team like the Bruins, a 1st-round pick and a blue chip prospect for a pending pending free agent that's going to be 34 in June. So again, we'll see what happens, but early returns for the Rangers between Holden and Grabner, very good. Gorton knows what he's doing, and this team is not headed in the right direction, obviously, in the standings, but in terms of doing what they're setting out to do, absolutely 100%. So anyway, that's all I got. So to the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes. Took the season and beyond. Later, guys.